You want Michigan State? Hooked on Helmets has you covered. Now, in 1925, this school changed its name from Michigan Agricultural College to Michigan State College. Their old nickname was the Aggies. They wanted a new one, they held a contest, and the winning submission for a nickname was Michigan Staters. Now, George Alderton was a newspaper reporter in Lansing. He didn't love that name. In fact, he thought it'd be too cumbersome to write. So he went back and found the submissions, sorted through them, and found one that said Spartans. That he liked. So what he started doing is writing newspaper articles and referring to the teams as Spartans. In fact, the first couple days, he actually spelled the name wrong. He was ending at O-N-S instead of A-N-S. Either way, he kept writing Spartans. Other reporters started catching on. The school never objected to it and just went with it. And that's how Michigan State became the Spartans. From 1934 through 1946, Michigan State wore a winged leather helmet with a stripe down the middle. That's right, Michigan State had a winged helmet 4 years before rival Michigan. In fact, the last time Sparty wore a winged helmet was in the season opener against the Wolverines in 1947, when they wore this white leather helmet with green wings. In week 2, they switched to hard-shell green helmets with a white center stripe and wore this through 1955, with the exception of 2 games in 54 where they wore a white helmet with a green center stripe. In 56, small players' numbers are added to both sides. In 57, the font and size of the numbers changes, and this is the look through 1964. In 65, numbers are replaced by the Spartans logo and worn for 2 seasons. In 67, a smaller logo adorns the helmet, and this is worn through 1972, with the exception of 69, when 100 stickers are worn on both sides to celebrate the 100th anniversary of college football. In 1973, a massive Spartans logo is put on the helmet. The next season, the face mask changed from gray to green, and this is worn through 1975. In 76, the center striping is changed to 3 white stripes, and players' numbers return to the sides. But it only lasts 1 season. In 77, the Spartans' new logo is added to both sides of the helmet. And in 78, the face mask changed to white, and this is Sparty's look through 1982. In 1983, George Perlis became head coach after a decade as an assistant with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's clear his time in the Steel City influenced how he wanted MSU to look. A white block S is worn on the right side of the helmet, and the left side is left blank, just like the Steelers. This runs through 1993. In Perlis' last season in 94, the center stripes are changed to a thin white line bordered by black, and the block S on the right side is trimmed in black as well. The left side remains blank. 1995, Nick Saban takes over the program, and the Spartan head returns to the helmet on both sides. The center striping returns to 3 white stripes, and this is the look through 1998. In 99, Saban's last season in East Lansing, the paint job is metallic. The Spartan's slightly more detailed, and this is worn through 2000. In 2001, the block S returns on both sides, and the single white center stripe is back. This is worn through 2002. In 2003, the Spartan returns, but the center stripe is gone. This is the look through 2006, with the exception of 2 games. September 6, 2003, the Spartans remove the logos from the helmet and add a patch with the Michigan Agricultural College logo and the number 1000 to their jerseys. This was done in recognition of Michigan State's 1000th football game. And against Notre Dame in 2006, MSU wears that 66 logo with a white center stripe to honor the 1966 team that played Notre Dame to a 10-10 tie in a contest dubbed the Game of the Century. It featured 25 All-Americans, 10 first-round picks, and 31 future NFL players. In 2007, the white center stripe returns, and this look runs through 2009. In 2010, the center stripe is changed. It starts wide in the front and comes to a point in the back. It's worn for all but 3 games between 2010 and 2014. In 2011, against Michigan, Sparty wears bronze helmets, green center stripe that tapers in the back, and green Spartan on either side. Nike designed the uniforms, said it was a visual representation of the phalanx battle formation. an impenetrable unified front known as one of the most feared tactical formations in history. The color was influenced by Spartan shields. For one game in 2012 and 13, the Spartans wear chrome versions of their green helmets with black face masks. In 2015, the helmets become darker green, and this look is the most used one for Sparty between 2015 and 2021. Along the way, for 2 games in 15 and 16, the bronze helmet returns, but with no center stripe. In 2017, MSU rolls out a white version of their main helmet, and they wear this for 6 games a year through 2018. Then it declines in appearances until it's worn once in 2022. For 2 games in 2019 and 1 game the next 2 years, a neon green logo is worn on the green helmet with white center stripe. For 1 game in 2020 and 2022, Sparty wears the logo the school had from 1955 through 1977. For 1 game in 20 and 22, thin white center stripe, green face mask with Spartans logo on both sides. For 1 game a year from 2020 through 2022, helmets that honor George Perlis and the look MSU had from 1983 through 1993, but on that darker green helmet. In the 2021 opener, Michigan State wears a white lid with green face mask and script State on the sides. This was worn later that season against Indiana with a white face mask. In 2021 against Western Kentucky, white helmet with that 55 through 77 school logo. For 2 games in 2021, green helmet with large green Spartans logo trimmed in white. For the Peach Bowl in 2021 and 1 game in 22, the Spartans helmet with the white center stripe worn with a white face mask. 2022, big year for MSU helmets. Against Akron, this helmet with Spartan outlined in neon green. Against Washington, the white helmet with green logo and center stripe now has a green face mask. Against Ohio State, the 3-line center stripe returns with white logo and face mask. Against Wisconsin, script State on a green helmet with a single white center stripe. Against Michigan, white lid with large white Spartans logo bordered in green. And against Rutgers, green helmet with Sparty running with the American flag on the right side and running with the Spartans flag on the left side. New looks in 23. For 2 games, white helmet with green logo and Greek key pattern for the center stripe. This has a white face mask. For 1 game, they wear it with a green face mask. Against Maryland, they wear green lids with the logo for the Michigan Agricultural College. Against Iowa, white helmet with green center stripe, logo, and mask. Against Michigan, black helmet, green logo, and Greek key pattern center stripe. This was part of their shadow uniform. For 2 games, green helmet with white logo and Greek key pattern with black face mask. That's Michigan State. Who's next? Follow Hooked on Helmets.